Subscribe button. Like the video. Share the video.
Hey, bonjour, YouTube. Welcome back to California, to West Africa. Hey, I'm really excited to tell you that I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. So do me a favor. I know everyone says this. Hit the subscribe button. Like the video. Share the video. But please, I'm on a push to get 1,000 subscribers. Why I'm doing that is because I want to show you guys the hidden gem of Africa, which is West Africa, Cote D'Ivoire. And I'm really excited because I'm really seeing a lot of guys. Welcome back, Passport Bros. Listen, I've had a lot of comments where guys are telling me that they are now considering going from, they were leaning towards going, hey, good morning, bonjour. They were leaning towards going to the Asia, Philippines, Thailand, and now they're telling me, hey, you know what? Africa does look pretty nice. There are some perks here. Now, some of the things I get, some of the, maybe some of the concerns about coming to Africa, especially a non-speaking African country like Cote d'Ivoire, because the French is the language here. Listen, guys, you don't have to worry about speaking French while you're here. You can find plenty of English speakers. I mean, my girlfriend speaks English. My French friend down in Zone 4 speaks English. I get to speak plenty of English. But the thing about it is like I told you before, and I'm going to get into the video here in a minute, but you don't have to speak French to thrive here. Now, number one, okay? Don't let that be a deterrent. Plus, it's kind of, I hate to say this because I hate French. French is not easy to learn, okay? I'm old. So as you get older, it's difficult to pick up more languages. But when you're here, you're immersed in French if you want to. Now, I am going to be learning French. I do know some of the, excusez mon mauvais français. Excuse my bad French. Bonjour, comment tu vas? Comment allez-vous? I know the basics. I can, greet people and things like that. Don't let the English-French thing kind of deter you. Now, the other thing that's good about going to Cote d'Ivoire is that you have a 1-year visa. A tourist visa is good for a stay of up to a year. You don't have to leave the country in order to renew. I've renewed my visa 2 times. So I've been here 2 years on a visa, tourist visa. Now, if you go to Asia, you're going to do every 90 days, every 30 days, and you have to leave the country. I'm walking uphill, so I'm getting a little winded. So there is advantages coming here. Now, here's another advantage. In the Philippines and Thailand, I don't think you can own property. If you're with a Filipina, it'd have to be in her name or something like that. I don't know exactly all the details. But here in Cote d'Ivoire, you can own a house.
Hello, you come from which country?
America.
America,
California.
USA.
Oh, yes. How are you?
I'm very fine. Very happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you too. Thank you. I'm making a video for you too.
Yeah.
Can you say hello?
Hello.
Are you from Cote d'Ivoire?
Yeah, I'm from Cote d'Ivoire, but I speak English.
Okay. See, so that's what I'm telling you. Many people here speak English, so it's not really that big of a deal.
Okay.
So you're from Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name? Comment tu
I'm
t'appelles?
very Atta.
Atta.
Atta Hervé.
Atta. Okay. Je m'appelle Bruno.
Bruno.
Yes. Enchanté.
Enchanté.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. See you next time.
Okay, thank you very much, man. All right, have a good day. This is what I'm telling you, man. Everybody here is so friendly when they greet you on the street. Everybody talks to me. So there you go. Wow, what a perfect segue. All right, guys, let's get into the video and let's talk about some things.
It's fucked up. That's why I say, hey, I'm a target. If I ever get married, I have to go off to the woods of Africa and find me some crazy, naked zebra bitch that knows nothing about money. She got to be butt naked on a zebra with a big bone in her nose and a big plate lip and a big fucked up afro. An afro got to, like Angela Davis see it and go, God damn, that's fucked up. Afro got to be fucked up and one of them pics with a fist in the back and she got to be butt naked because if she got some clothes she gonna pocket, she gonna have to put something in the pocket. So she got to be butt naked on the zebra and y'all think it's a joke. Y'all gonna go, I'm gonna walk up to her and say, hey, how you doing? Money? And she go, I say, Miss Murphy. and I'm gonna bring her home. Y'all think it's a joke? Y'all gonna go past a newsstand one day and see me on the cover of Jet with some woman with a big bone and a plate and a big fucked up afro, butt naked, and you're gonna say, hey, Eddie must be visiting Africa. I'll say, Murphy marries Bush bitch. I'm gonna be like,
Hey everybody, welcome back to California to West Africa. California to West Africa. So today, I want to introduce you to Michelle. Michelle, This is YouTube. Now, Michelle speaks French, so if you want to give some of your answers in French, it's okay for me. Hey, listen, the best advice I ever got was from Eddie Murphy. You guys remember the Eddie Murphy routine where he talks about going to Africa and getting him a crazy bush bitch? So obviously that's an exaggeration, but let's there's some things we can learn from Eddie Murphy. Number one, yes, coming to Africa is a great place to meet African women that aren't into the American culture. We live in Cote D'ivoire. She is Ivorian. Yeah. She lived in the Ivory Coast her entire life. Now, the biggest thing you don't want to do, so I'm going to say an ironclad rule. Never bring a woman to the United States. If you're going to come to Africa, listen up, guys. I know I'm not talking to young guys. I know I'm talking to guys that are 45, 55, somewhere in that range. I do have a few women on the channel. This is my daughter, Bella. Yeah, Bella's 4 months old this month. We're getting ready to have our baby party, so stay tuned for another video where we go to the baby party up in Inyama.
Yeah, 29.
29. So we're gonna keep an eye out for that video. So I know it sounds funny, right? Go get you a woman from Africa. Now, what was the mistake that Eddie Murphy was going to make? And I almost made the mistake of bringing a woman back from Africa to America. You don't want to do it. Listen, Michelle is a great girl. Look, I can't. She's sitting here with me. But let me tell you something. Michelle is not a unicorn. She's just an average woman here. I don't mean that in any kind of a bad way. I mean, I'm just saying there are many women like Michelle. I promise you. And the thing that you have to do is, Michelle is, so tell me where you're from. Anyama.
Anyama, yes. Abidjan, Anyama village. Yes, in French?
No, you can speak English. Just tell me where you're from. You grew up in Anyama.
I'm born in Anyama.
And Anyama is a village.
Yeah, village. Now is one city.
It's a big city now?
Yeah, big village, but city.
But it's still a village. Like her parents live in a house, a cement and brick house with dirt, a tin roof, no air conditioning. We just got electricity.
Electricity, yeah.
Yeah, so Michelle comes from humble beginnings, so she was out the outskirts of Abidjan. I really wholeheartly recommend, if you come here to look for a woman, you go to those villages like Anyama. You cannot. Now, if you want to just come here and party, okay, Zone 4 is that way. You can go to Zone 4, plenty of prostitutes, but if you want to get a woman and you want to have a traditional relationship, obviously my goal was to have a baby and have a family. Listen, guys, if that's not your goal, okay, fine. That's not everybody's goal. Some guys just want to retire. I'm having a lot of guys come on the channel and tell me they want to go to, they're thinking about Africa versus Asia. To me, for me, and now people make fun of me too. I've had some comments, you've never even been to the Philippines. Man, I've been with enough Filipino women, I don't need to go to the Philippines. I'm telling you right now. African women is where it's at. Yeah. Now listen, I waited to kind of make this type of video for a couple years because I don't want to, listen, I'm not an experiment, but I'm a work in progress. I'm a guy that's got his boots on the ground. I'm here in Africa. I'm not just talking about things, theories. I'm actually doing it. I put in, like I said before, previously when I introduced the video, Red Pill is not a movement. Passport Bros may be a sort of a movement. It's new. But Red Pill is just knowledge. So if you're between the ages of 18 and, it doesn't matter how old you are, you want to use Red Pill content to knowledge. It's not the reverse of feminism. It's not the flip side of feminism. Don't let people gaslight you into thinking that. Now, I want to say that there are some grifters and some scam artists. Now, one of these videos is from, it seems like a very nice couple that are into marriage counseling. Listen, if I'm telling you right now, with my past of being married twice, I've been divorced twice, I've been to marriage counseling. Marriage counseling is the surest way to get a divorce.
We want to see marriages thrive. She and I would help in counseling. She's a certified counselor and also a marriage therapist.
If your relationship is so bad that you're having to go to marriage counseling, you're fucked. And now I know people are going to agree with that. I'm telling you, that's my real life experience. Why would you have a whole? It's like dentists. If you have a dentist, they say, "Oh, we want to prevent you from having cavities." Why would dentists and doctors in the healthcare system and marriage counselors, why would they want to strive for a healthy relationship? They thrive on controversy. They thrive on battle of the sexes. We have a gender war. So listen to this. I'm going to include the video, and I'm going to talk about the clips. So because, listen, there are people over here in Africa that are going to prey on African women. They're going to prey on, because they want to make money. They want to make a living off the fucking misery and strife that happens in marriages.
The comment section so I can talk with you, answer your questions. So the topic I want to talk about today is abuse. How do you know you're in an abusive relationship? Now, this may sound really crazy, sound like a crazy question, but there are people who are being abused or in an abusive relationship, but they don't know that.
All right, listen up. Listen to what this woman just said. She is trying to suggest that a person in a relationship somehow doesn't know if they're being abused. Listen to this grifter. Listen to this scammer. This is a scam that they play in immigration.
Because their abuse is normalized for them. Maybe it's something they saw when they were growing up, or maybe something that's cultural, or maybe they've talked to people who've told them, oh, it's not a big deal. So they don't know that it's abuse. And
listen to how she is infantilizing women. Now listen, she's going to go on to say, this video infuriates me, guys. Listen, I'm telling you, this is the type of woman, the type of channel that these are the ones that are the predators. These are the ones that are being predators on these women, these African women, because they're assuming that the woman is with a American citizen, maybe going to America, and like I'm telling you right now, this is why you cannot bring a woman to America. They will use the system against you. They will get these parasites into your ear, to your woman's ear, and convince you somehow that you're being abused. I'm telling you, this is, if there is one thing that makes me angry, it's these types of people.
And they lose power because they accept this behavior. So I'm going to go into it in a little more detail, but I'm just going to wait for a couple more people to come in. Scrolling through, I don't remember what page it was, and this woman was talking about how she had cut her hair and colored it for her, to celebrate herself. It was her birthday, and she came home and her husband got upset, and I don't remember what he did to her.
Here comes the scam. She just said, I don't know what he did with her. So she's going to go on and explain that somehow the woman went out, and she's in America now. She went and colored her hair for her birthday, and then she comes back. Her husband didn't like it, and then they're going to classify. Listen, guys, listen to the video. Listen carefully. This is what feminism is that is infiltrating Africa. It is these parasites that are infiltrating women's ears and telling you, if your husband says no, or I don't like this, or I don't like that, or if he has boundaries, they call him an abuser. Look at it, guys. It's right here. Look at it.
But basically, he was not pleased that she cut her hair, and I think he might have called the family members, or he might have kicked out of the house, or something to that effect. But what surprised me was the fact that the comments, the people that were responding to this, a lot of people were saying, well, you can't cut your hair without your husband's permission. You should have asked him before you went to cut your hair. He owns you. He paid is it dowry on you.
Now, notice that she doesn't even put the comments up. She just said, oh, just take my word for it. People were saying that, listen, even in Africa, listen, I don't know everything about the culture here, but we live in 2025, guys. There is nobody over here saying, I own my woman. Maybe it's somewhere up in bumfuck Africa, I don't know where. Listen, I've never heard anybody talk about that in the years that I've been coming to Africa. This is a fucking lie, guys.
You don't have a right to cut your hair. And then it just dawned on me that this is abusive behavior if you're with a spouse who is controlling the way you look.
Okay, so so when men have standards, when men want you to look a certain, listen, I do not allow in my relationship Michelle to wear, listen, she's allowed to wear whatever she wants. She's allowed to wear whatever she wants. She is allowed to have friends. Who's going to stop that? But I set boundaries on the relationship. If she wants to dress sexy and she wants to go have her hair and look like a whore or something like that, okay, well, go do that. But I'm not going to be here. You're not going to be with me in that relationship. Now, a lot of people have said, oh, Bruno, you act like a real African man. Yeah, as I've gone into my older age, I'm becoming more conservative. I now have boundaries. You're not just going to behave and look a certain way if you're in a relationship with me. You are free to leave. But then I'm free to have boundaries too. But see, if you notice that as soon as a man starts having boundaries because women seem to be able to have all the standards they want. They want a guy that makes this much money. They want to be able to do this. They want to have a job. Okay, go do that. But you're not going to do that with me.
Whether or not you can change your hairstyle, what you're wearing, if you're in that kind of relationship, you're in an abusive relationship. And it just dawned on me that a person like this woman might have talked to some friends, and they would tell her stuff like, well, you shouldn't have done that.
You home and lock up in the house. You go off to Africa and get you a bush woman, you can't let her mingle with American women because they'll change her shit up. American women stick together. Last thing they want to see is you got some trained bush bitch in your house. They will catch her by herself in the kitchen and throw a monkey wrench in your whole program. As soon as they get alone, they'll be like, I can't stand him. You be running behind him doing everything he tell you to do. Who you think he is? You ain't no God. You a human being. You ain't supposed to treat nobody. This house is too big for one person to be cleaned up. Why don't you leave? You always crying. Why don't you just leave it there? Oh, you know some girl. Do you know you can take half his money? Did you know you can take half his money? Did you know that? Did you know you entitled? He didn't tell you entitled to half? Oh, he only told you half the story then, girl. You can take half the money, the car, the house, the children, all the money he got. You can buy all the zebras and bones you want. Go back home in style, girl. You don't have to put up with this shit and get your hair done right. Cut that big afro shit off and go back home to Africa in style. Who the hell do you think?
And she wouldn't have known that this was not acceptable. They would have normalized this behavior. And I can tell you that if you're in a relationship with somebody who's telling you how to wear your hair or what to wear or who to speak to, there's more in this relationship that's abusive, and it doesn't stop there. Abuse. So now there are people that you're going through your relationship where you're being treated badly. Maybe you made dinner and the person that your spouse, and even the, and I'm talking about a man in this respect being the abuser. I don't want you to take this to mean that women are not abusers. Women are abusive in marital relationships or even other ordinary relationships. So I'm going to use certain examples interchangeably, but I don't want you to take from this that only women are being abused. That's not true.
Okay, so she knows she's lying right now. Look how she throws the caveat. She throws a bone. Oh, well, I guess women are abusive too. Listen, women are just as abusive as men. I don't care what you say. And this woman is trying to say, oh, we're going to use this interchangeable. And then she goes to use these examples that only would apply to men. Look at this scammer.
So let's say, for an example, that you're in a relationship where, you're married to your spouse and you cook and he doesn't like whatever it is you made and he gets upset and he flings the food away. And you go to...
Now she's going to use the old thing. When you think of abuse, you think of the man in the wife beater t-shirt and he's sweaty and he comes home and his wife, he doesn't like what his wife, and he flings it across the... Who is doing that? Who does that? So now if you fling your food, or if you say that you're not satisfied with something they're doing, Now it's classified as abuse. Look, I can't listen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm emotional about this stuff. I'm passionate about this. This is why you cannot bring a woman to America. This is the brainwashing. This is the gaslighting. This is the feminism in its most raw form. Whenever you marry a woman from overseas and you have to go through the immigration process, they're going to inform this woman if she's because listen, if you marry a woman and let's say you want to change your mind halfway through the process, she can still go and tell the authorities that you're abusive, and then she can bypass you and get her green card anyway and come without your consent. This is what I'm telling you, man. Do not bring a woman to the United States. This is the type of things, this is the type of parasitical channels and women that are getting in African women's ears and trying to bypass. This is what they're trying to take the power away from the green card or the citizen and put it in the hands of the woman so they can get their citizenship. This is what I'm saying. This woman is scamming for money.
You talk to it about your friends and they say, well, you really should have, asked him what he wanted to eat. Maybe that's not what he wanted to eat. And they're normalizing this abusive behavior. And the more you talk to people who don't realize that this is abuse, the more you think that maybe it's something to do with you. Maybe you should have done this better, right? But I want you to know today that that's not acceptable. In the United States, that's considered abusive behavior. And if you're married to somebody who's a US citizen or green card holder and you're being subjected to this kind of behavior, let's screen you and see there's other things going on that could show that you're in an abusive relationship, and you can file your green card, file to get your green card without your spouse's involvement. Now, another example of abusive behavior is when, your spouse is displeased with what you do and they call, family members where they, chastise you for something you've done or something you didn't do. And, you're humiliated, you're embarrassed, and this is your culture. This is how it is in your culture. You're supposed to, when your husband is not happy with something you've done, they call a family meeting, they put you in the middle. And
what she's saying is true. Now, when I was married to the woman in Nigeria, I was involved with the family. I would use her sister as a mediator, and because we have our cultural differences, I was using her family and her sister as a mediator. So now, but listen to what she's trying to say. She's trying to say that if the man involves the family to correct the woman, see, this is what I'm saying. Men have lost. They're trying to take the authority away from the man. So even when the man tries to call the family to mediate, to help resolve the issues in the family, they're now calling this abuse. Man, I'm telling you, Africa is if you go to these English, see, this is a Nigerian channel. Listen to these. This is why guys don't go to Nigeria. This is further cementing my. I hate to say it, but this is the double whammy that you're getting in Nigeria. Not only are you having prostitution in Nigeria, you've got these scammers like this channel. It infuriates me. It infuriates me, guys. You have got to start vetting these women. Do not bring these women to America. If you're going to come to Africa, you got to live right here, man. You cannot let these women get the upper hand in the immigration process. You will be fucked.
And the complaints are going back and forth, and in the end you have to kneel and apologize. That's abusive behavior.
Liz, did you hear what she just said? She said that if you insist on having an apology from your wife, if she did something to offend you or disrespected you, having her apologize to you is abuse, guys. It's abuse. Are you fucking kidding me? Listen, I'm watching this for the first time right with you here. Are you guys hearing this? Or I feel like I can't even believe my ears.
You want to know that this is not something you should, you should stand for. So a lot of people and a lot of my clients, when they come in here with a conditional green card, I see this especially with people who come in here with a conditional green card, which means their U.S. citizen spouse have filed for them to come into the United States. So they come in with a conditional green card because they haven't been in the United States. They haven't been married long enough to get a permanent green card. And so that spouse now becomes controlling that spouse will sometimes tell them that, I'm going to withdraw my petition. I'm not going to show up for the interview because you're getting too Americanized. And what they consider being Americanized is that you're asking to be treated, in a non-abusive manner. So that spouse feels that they can tell you, what to do. They can make you study, go study something you don't want to study because they want to put you in a certain career that will be helpful to them.
So, listen further. So now she's saying that if your husband wants you to go to school for the betterment, somehow it's just for him. It's not the betterment of the family. Because listen, in America, they have DEI, diversity, inclusion, all that crap. When you're a black woman in America, you are going to get preferential treatment for, what do you call that? You get preferential hire, affirmative action. So if your husband wants you to go get a job, or if he wants you to go to school and learn something, that's abuse, guys. That's abuse. Oh my God.
And you don't have a say in the finances of the house. You make money and you have to hand it over to them. If you spend money, you have to tell them, you have to bring receipts. And if you don't do what they want you to do, then quote unquote, you're being Americanized, you're getting to Americanize. And so they're not going to show up for the interview. And that threat, keeps you, in a situation where you feel you can't do certain things. You have to obey this person. You have to always make sure that they're happy with you, because otherwise they won't show up.
I know that Africa is a different culture, but I don't care what culture you're from. Women are the same. Michelle is just a woman. She's not special. She's not a unicorn. She doesn't even have any knowledge of. Well, okay, so let me ask her right now, Michelle. What is feminism? Now I've never heard this. I don't script my videos. What is feminism?
I don't say in French.
Okay, speak French. I'll put subtitles on the bottom. What is feminism to you? What does feminism mean to you? She doesn't know.
Yeah.
Speak French.
Okay, speak French. Feminist, no?
What does feminism mean to you? Define. Tell me what feminism is.
Bad or good?
I don't care. You tell me what you think about it. What is feminism?
Féministe, bon, pour moi, la femme, c'est être au foyer. Respecter son homme, faire ce qu'il dit, s'occuper des enfants, aller au travail, oui, mais être une femme au foyer. La première des choses, c'est être une femme au foyer d'abord, et puis après, le reste, ça vient.
Okay, I have no idea what she said. Hopefully the subtitles got it right.
Yeah.
So she doesn't speak fluent English, but fluent enough to where we get along. And listen, this is what the great thing is about not speaking, like in a relationship. Now, when you're in a relationship for a while, now we've been in a relationship 2 years, our honeymoon period over, we've broken out an egg, we have Bella, we're busy raising Bella. Michelle, here's the special thing about Michelle. She is a veterinarian doctor. She works for the country of Cote D'ivoire. She works as a health food inspector or a health restaurant inspector, right?
Restaurant, supermarkets.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a traditional thing about Michelle. Even though she works, not even really full time, you work maybe 3 days a week, 2 days a week.
Normally, every time, Monday, 5 days by week.
Okay, but
Because
right.
I make baby, before I pregnant, I go 1 or 2 or 3 times by week. Now have baby 3 times by week.
Okay.
Normally 5 times by week.
So they're very flexible with her job. Because she's highly educated. Now she would be now her title is doctor. She doesn't get a big head about it. She doesn't think that look at this as a status thing. She's very humble. Her father and her mother, that's her mother back there.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. So her family is very poor, and they sent her to college up in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
So she come down here. Now she's back in Cote d'Ivoire. Now I have been vetting Michelle for the last couple of years. So listen, this is not a flex. This is not saying, look, I got a relationship, guys. You can get one too. Look what I'm doing. This is not like that. I'm trying to tell you that there are many women like her. But this is where the feminists and some of the people, some of the women haters over in America, oh, you're just going to the other countries to exploit poor African women. You're just going to exploit poor Asian women. You just want to exploit. They're not educated. Listen, how many languages do you speak, Michelle?
How many?
How many languages do you speak besides
French?
4.
Well, 5.
5. 5 languages.
5 languages.
And what is your doctorate in? You went to school for 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years. Look at 7 years in Ukraine. Look at
Yeah.
baby, Bella.
And so
7 years in Ukraine.
so listen, this whole thing where people think that people are coming over here just to take advantage and exploit people is fucking nonsense. It's nonsense, and it's an insult. It's an insult to the people that live here. I mean, I know women. Everyone hates me because listen, I've been called all kinds of names. I get so many negative comments on this channel. Calling me Dusty and calling me, I'm just anyway, all kind of negative stuff. I actually like the negative comments. Sometimes, what do you think about them calling me? People call me ugly, call me old.
High life, I say you old.
Yeah.
For me, 54, no old. After 60, yes.
After 60, so I'm good for another 6 years?
Yeah.
Michelle's 35.
I am 35. You meet me when I have 33.
Yeah, I met her when she was 33.
33, yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about. Look, I came up within 2 years. Listen, the difference, and I'm going to talk about Nigeria here in a minute too. The difference between coming from Nigeria to Cote d'Ivoire was not a lot of people in the comment section have said, oh, well, you just hung out with the bad people in Nigeria. Well, of course, you just went to bars. That's not what I was doing. I was using the same process in Nigeria to meet women on dating apps versus here. I met Michelle on a dating app, same vetting process. And I noticed over here instantly the big difference between Nigerian women and Ivorian women. I'm not kidding you. And listen, I've been over here for 2 years. I visited Lagos 4 times in a year. I was there off and on, 4, going back and forth, hanging out in Lagos, hanging out in Victoria Island, Lekki, Akwa Ibom. I think I went to Akwa Ibom. I think I went one time up a little bit north of Lagos, but not very far. So I'm just telling you, there is a huge difference. So I want to use my example. I know a lot of people from the Philippines, and they have their wife. But listen, I just think African women look so much better than Philippine women. Listen, Michelle got body. She's not.
Thank you so much.
She's so easy to deal with. I don't think we've had maybe one argument, maybe in 2 years. She really is. Because I use the vetting process to vet her. I really made sure she had a relationship with her mother and father. But you're not always going to be able to get lucky like that. The age average lifespan here is like 58 years old. How old is your dad?
73.
And how old is your mom?
60.
Okay, so her parents are older. They're old for African standards. And she has a good relationship with all her sisters, all her brothers. Her brothers they're all fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. And I just noticed it. And she's not the only woman I've met since I've been here. I talked to my friend Mature. He meets women all the time. There is a different vibe here in Cote d'Ivoire and listen, guys, it's safe, it's cheap, it's, I know the French thing is kind of an obstacle, but it's not really. As you just saw in the beginning of the video, I ran into a guy who comes up and speaks English right away. I mean, it was perfect. So everyone here, I'm just telling you, this is a hidden gem. If you're considered, listen, everybody's going to the Philippines. I can't even stress this enough. There are places here in Africa. Now, I hear East Africa is good. I don't know about South Africa. I probably, for me, I would not go to South Africa. Go to places that are maybe Senegal, East Africa, Kenya, Cote d'Ivoire. Senegal, yeah. Morocco. What is the language in Morocco?
Arabs.
What do they speak up there? English?
No, Arabs language.
And what do they speak in Senegal?
French. Senegal, French too.
Okay.
Maroc French, you speak French.
Okay.
Senegal French.
No, what? Okay, also there's Ghana and there's Burkina Faso?
Burkina Faso French. Ghana English.
Okay. So listen, my best advice is to stay out of English-speaking areas. Honestly, I'm going to say it again. Put a firewall between you and the American culture. I'm telling you, if your goal is to make a family and you want to avoid some of the problems, listen. Now, I know this video is going long. It's going to be a long one, guys. Sorry. So now I'm going to talk about, I'm going to share my personal experiences. Now listen, these moments are embarrassing. I know I get a lot of hate. I get a lot of comments. One of my viewers said to me, well, it sure is funny that you have a lot of women accusing you of abuse. So I've been accused of domestic violence in America. I've been accused of domestic violence in Nigeria. And it's because they're so closely tied to America, they know how to work the system. So let me ask you something. Oh man, I'm so excited about talking about this stuff because it's such a big difference. So let me ask you something, Michelle. What kind of person do you think I am? You've known me for 2 years now. What kind of person am I? Am I abusive?
But you don't lie. You speak truth. You speak what you think. Yeah. You're a nice person. You like children. You like children, animals. You like my family. Every people you know make difference. You love every people. Black, white, yellow, no problem.
So what do you think?
Okay. You speak true every time. True. No lie. Sometimes I say lie small.
Sometimes you gotta lie to women.
Yeah, you know lie. You speak true. Sometimes lie. Yes.
Yeah. I know. Sorry.
No, it's good because you don't know lie.
Yeah, but you guys sometimes telling women the truth can be very tricky.
Yeah.
Michelle knows my whole past. She knows what I went through in Nigeria. What do you think about? You know that I had a wife in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Now you remember seeing the video of her hitting me and calling police.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? What was your?
If we have problem, me and you have problem, why you call police? If you don't want me or I don't want you, break up, finish.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But what do you think about women that do that? Why do you think women do that?
I don't like this.
Now I've shown you videos. If you guys know the Duke lacrosse player, the false accuser in that case, look how it's 20 years later. She's now saying, "Oh, I lied about the rape." Listen, this is what I'm saying, man. It's dangerous in America, and over here in Africa, they don't play that shit. They don't play that whole believe women. And listen, there are plenty. Feminism is here. There's women in power. Women are protected. Listen, guys, we all know that guys protect women. I don't believe all this abuse stuff that's coming out. I just don't believe women. I just think they're too easy to lie. And you've got to separate yourself. Even with Michelle, I got to protect myself because that's what I'm saying. The firewall. I'm not in a police state. It's not like in America where guys are police are going to come out. I mean, think about who the real abusers are when you talk about people that are abusing spouses. It's women. If a woman is making a false allegation, she is calling an armed man. She's calling somebody with a gun to come control you. I can't think of a bigger abuse than that. I mean, listen, watch. We're going to get into the other videos here in a second, and we're going to talk about how it's women that are abusing men for the most part. I mean, and when you have, if you're going to come to Cote d'Ivoire, you have to come and live here. Do not bring a woman back to America. All right, guys, I'm going to continue the rest of the video. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, baby.
Hey, this is she's not wearing a hair hat. This is what do you call it? It's like a weave, very nice. I know, she's not trying to be white. She doesn't hate her color. She loves Africa. I hate it when people say that if you wear eyeliner, she wears very little makeup. She's usually natural. I don't care if she has her natural hair, but she goes to work. She wants to have her hair nice. So, anyway, all right. Thanks, Michelle. I love you, baby.
Okay, I love you too, baby. I love Bella. I love you. Say bye.
Okay, guys. All right. So I know this is a long video. If you've come this far, please like and subscribe to the channel. All right. So I want to tell you that my time in Nigeria, I didn't have a good experience in Nigeria. Now, the woman I met in Nigeria, I want to share with you a video. I've showed this in other videos. It is embarrassing, but I want to share my experience with you and to try to use my poor choices as an example of so you guys can avoid. Okay, so number one, if you're with a woman I want you guys, listen, video. I make a lot of videos. I have terabytes of videos of all the relationships, every single woman I've been with here. I video all aspects of my relationship. Now, when I was in Nigeria, this woman, and now I've had comments on the channel that tell me, oh, but you were hanging out with the wrong people. You were getting with bad women. Listen, I was with a nice woman from I thought she was nice, from a big family. Her sisters were in America. And what happened was when I came on my fourth visit, my wife was acting funny. She wouldn't have sex with me. She was acting very suspect. And listen, okay, this next clip I'm gonna show you. This is me the last time. This is the very last time I saw my ex-wife in Nigeria. And I was simply breaking up with her. I asked her to leave my hotel room. She had a house to go to. She lived with her brother right there in Lagos. It's about a 15-minute car ride. I said, listen, if you're not going to have sex with me, if you're not, so she told me her body, her choice. Okay. I was only in country 3 days. She refused to have sex with me. And I was like, my feelings were hurt, but at the same time, I was like, something's going on. Something was suspect. So I said, so I took my money back out of her purse. I said, well, it's my money. I said, my money, my choice. Okay, I want you to leave. And this is what happened.
Don't put that light on my face.
Okay, well.
You're very stupid.
Okay, then why?
You're very stupid. Why are you recording me?
Why you hit me?
I'm hitting the phone, not you.
You hit me.
I didn't hit you, I hit the phone.
Yeah, you hit.
Why are you recording me? Why are you recording me? Are you trying to offend me sexually? Why are you recording me? Take that phone away from my face.
No, because you're fucking.
Take that phone away from my face.
No, why can't you just leave?
Why would I leave? The police are coming.
For what?
To question you.
For what?
You told the authorities you're coming to Nigeria to spend 30 days with me. Don't record me.
Don't hit me again.
Don't record me.
Don't hit me again.
Do not record me.
Then don't hit me again.
Put that phone away from my face.
Then don't hit me again.
Who hit you? I
You
hit
did.
the phone, I didn't hit you.
You just hit me.
No, I hit the phone because you had
just
the lights on my face.
You just hit me.
Put the phone away.
No.
You criminal.
I'm not putting the phone away because
You
you're acting all fucking crazy.
You stupid criminal. The police are coming to question you. You're going to tell them exactly why you lied at the immigration office.
I didn't lie at the immigration
office.
office.
Why did you lie to them? You lied to them.
How did I lie?
Yes, you told them you're coming to spend 30 days with Winifred. They asked you who invited you to Nigeria.
And
I
told you don't threaten me with police if I didn't do
threatened
anything
you
wrong.
with the police?
You did.
Who threatened you with the police?
You did yesterday. You threatened me with the police yesterday.
What did I say? What did I say?
You said you're going to call the police if
Put
I
that
ask you to
thing
leave.
off.
No, I'm not putting it off.
Why are you recording it?
Because I need to have this proof when the police come.
Proof of what?
Because you're fucking hitting me now. Okay, right there at the video, then she called police on me. Now, so what she did was she abused me, she hits me, calls the police on me, and police come. So she called an armed man to come control me because I asked her to leave my hotel room. This is what I'm telling you. Then the police come. I had to go downstairs. It was very embarrassing. We went down by the pool area. Before he came to talk to me, he went and put his gun in the car. He says, I'm just here to mediate and whatever. And he was trying to tell me, be nice to your wife. She called and said you're abusing her. And I said, and so I pulled out this video, showed him the video. And this is what I'm saying, guys. This is why you have to stay here in Africa. Police don't play that. He watched the video you just saw. And he, listen, it was so good. I mean, he berated her so bad, calling her stupid, calling her, what are you doing calling the police for this? This American guy is coming to see you. He's your husband. Do what your husband tells you to do. And it was so bad. There was only a few people at the pool area in the bar area. They were looking at us. And inside, I was clapping. I was like, yes. But at the same time, it was so bad, I had secondhand embarrassment for her. Now and so once he saw the video, he kicked her out of my hotel room. If I had been in America, guys, I would have been in jail. You think I'm lying? I would have been in jail immediately. But the police here don't play that. This is why I'm saying, Africa, you have to stay here. Do not bring these women to America. Now, that's the last time I saw her. Now, after that, okay, she calls her sister. I called her sister too. then she told her sister now. This is what women do. They engage in gossip, innuendo, and reputation destruction. She went and told her sister and her family that I was throat raping her, anal raping her, raping her. And then her sister calls me and leaves a voicemail. Here's her sister on the voicemail spouting this shit because they're angry that I'm breaking up with her sister. And listen to what, and this is her sister that lives in Colorado. I want to say their names, but I don't want to dox anybody. It's in the past, but I'm just using this video to show you the links that women will go to falsely accuse you.
Hello, Bruno. Okay, so my cousin just called me now and alerted me to you putting me, her, and all our family members on YouTube. Let me tell you something, Bruno. I think you've lost your damn mind. You went to Nigeria, you raped my sister anally, you harassed her, sexually harassed her, and then she said she doesn't want the marriage anymore. And now you want to start slandering me and everybody else? Let me tell you something, you're not getting away with this. If you think you can play around like that, it's not going to happen. You're going to get what's coming to you. I already called the police in Sacramento. I already started filing charges. I'm getting a lawyer, and I'm suing you for harassment. And let me tell you, for all the rape you raped my sister in Nigeria, thinking she's not going to get justice, we're getting justice for her now. Because we wanted to let it go for you to just go, but then you don't want that. So now we're standing up, and we're getting justice for Winifred. Okay? You can't go to Nigeria, rape her repeatedly in the throat and the anus, and then you go out and get another woman pregnant, and now you're harassing her? Enough is enough. You're going to get what's coming to you. I think that prison you went to is not enough for you. You have to go back there because you are a danger to society. You are a danger to other people.
Message saved.
4 times divorce, 4 times. Let's see, let's go. You tell me. What do you want to know?
What is the most toxic thing that you've ever done?
Okay, let's do this. All right, take them to court and then get a good divorce lawyer, of course. Take them for half of the retirement. Take them half of their property and then fight them for higher child support, okay? And a couple of years from now, hit you up for more child support every 3 years. Every 3 years, you go up from maybe 200 to 300 to 400 to 500. You bring it up to $2,000 per child. Per child. But I got one child right here. Kaylin right here. Her daddy paying child support for her, of course, it always is. 4 times divorce.
Okay, guys, I know this was a long video, so thanks for hanging with me this far. So just use me as an example. I'm telling you guys, this whole, if I want you to take anything away from this video, it's that you've got to watch out for these scammers, these love scammers. These are not just bar girls. These are women in jail. This is why feminism is the root of all evil. All right, guys, catch you on the next one. Thanks for joining me.